FIDE World Cup in Goa. How was the experience?
Tournament was very stressful because of the format, and one mistake can be very costly. You don't have time to come back. I remember when I had gone to Khanty-Mansisk in Russia when I played the World Cup there. I had to survive on rice and water. Their complaints were completely illogical, and I don't like to get bullied by anyone.
You guys have been knocked out pretty early in the tournament, if we say pre-quarterfinals. What might have gone wrong?
This was unusual. The difference between a top player and a semi-top player has reduced drastically, and it does not reflect in the rating system.
The friendship with Anish Giri.
I first met him in 2015.
Just to sum up, before marriage and after marriage, in your mentality and chess-wise, have things changed for you?
Mentally, things have changed.
GCL and it's a new franchise league. So anything you have to share, some memories, some experiences.
So always in the chess world, I wanted a league to happen because we saw the success of IPL.
You just had this FIDE World Cup in Goa. How was the experience there overall? We have seen you being very active on social media, taking all the backlashes about Goa in, and then making posts about how Goa has been so beautiful for everyone. Could you please take us through your journey in the Goa?
So the tournament was very stressful because of the format. The knockout format, it's best of two, and one mistake can be very costly. You don't have time to come back. So it was very tense, and my tournament ended around like 10th or something. As it was so intense, I decided I'll stay back in Goa. It's such a beautiful place, and I went to do some sightseeing, and I realized, wow, that's an amazing there's so much natural beauty there. So I was really mesmerized by it, and that's why I made the post, because I feel there might be some criticisms that can be valid.
The mosquito
condition of the room.
The mosquito.
I mean, mosquito, I didn't really face problem because we had repellent in the room. So that was never really an issue. But maybe at the hotel standard, it's of course not Marriott, but it's not bad either. That was the thing. It was like still like 4-star level or something like that. But there are some criticisms which I just don't understand, like of food, because I think the food was really good for vegetarians, non-vegetarians. There were like multiple restaurants within the hotel itself, etc. And everything was catered off. The hospitality was next level. For example, on the rest day, they provided personal car to everyone who wants to go out for sightseeing, even the people who have been knocked out, which I have not heard happening in any of these places. And I remember when I had gone to Khanty-Mansisk in Russia when I played the World Cup there, I had to survive on rice and water because there was no vegetarian options made there. So I never complained, and I realized that okay, I have to figure out a solution to it, and that way their complaints were completely illogical, and I don't like to get bullied by anyone. So I felt like I need to stand up for it. And Nepo also has a history of complaining after tournaments and whenever it doesn't go his way. So I don't take it seriously also.
If you talk about the chess only, so many top-seeded players, including yourself, you guys have been knocked out pretty early in the tournament, if we say pre-quarterfinals. So what might have gone wrong for so many players? What do you think?
This was unusual. Of course, in World Cup, there are a lot of upsets, but the amount of upsets that happened in this World Cup was really unusual. And I feel a couple of reasons for it. It could be that the difference between a top player and a semi-top player has reduced drastically, and it does not reflect in the rating system, because rating system has its flaws. Let's say the top players play amongst themselves in elite tournaments. It is only invitation basis, so there is no big fluctuations of rating. They all keep like similar range, whereas the 2600 players, they don't get to play the top players, whereas their strength has increased. It does not really reflect in the rating. Second thing which has happened is that technology has made access commoditized. Now everybody has access to the best engines and the highest hardware, etc. So there is very little differentiating factor there. Plus the engines are so good that right away now, if you put on a chess engine, it will give you the best move. Earlier, that was not the case. One would have to sit day in, day out, work on the lines, like go deeper, because there used to be a horizon effect. Like if you check the engine for a couple of moves, after a while it cannot see. But right now the engines are so good with neural network AI that they are just giving you the answers right away. So that way, the barrier to get good at chess openings has gone down. And chess inherently is a drawish game, because if both sides play well, the most likely result is going to be a draw. 51-49%. That are the odds. And you try to fight it, it doesn't work out. So many factors like this, advancement of technology and the faulty rating system.
I would like to ask that the friendship with Anish Giri, how did it start? And as we can see on social media, it's all over social media how you guys, keep taking digs at each other. If you could, just tell us about your friendship and bonding.
I first met him in 2015. It was also at the end of the World Cup. It was my first World Cup. I had got knocked out. I asked Anish, do you want some help in your tournament? And that's when we started to speak. At that time, he had a coach, but later on, he connected with me and then we started to work. And we are both of same age. And with him, I felt like I could just be very free, and he is very witty, funny, and a good human being. So which I like, because it's very hard to be friends with your peers, because chess is a zero-sum game. If you win, if I win, somebody has to lose. So there's huge competition. Unlike, let's say, some team events where you can collectively win something. So with him, I just got along. With other peers, there's too much rivalry, competitiveness. Everybody has their guards up, but with him, I just felt free. So we connected, and thankfully, I have at least few good friends from the chess world.
So, what have been your experiences with GCL? And it's a new franchise league. So, anything you have to share, some memories, some experiences?
So, always in the chess world, I wanted a league to happen because we saw the success of IPL, and in other sports also we could see that it could be implemented. So, chess I always wanted, but 2 to 3 years ago, this mission of bringing this league format into chess was started. I feel production quality of this is very, very high. Let's say everything, from the teams, from the games where it's held, the venues, it's all at the highest level. And as a chess player, it made me very happy to see that. And I'm hoping that this year, as I think it's going to be also be broadcasted on YouTube, so it will reach more and more people. So there is no barrier to entry. I could be wrong, but that's what I know. And people can see how they have refined the format to make it more exciting for the audience. So we'll find out this year, but as a player, I'm very happy that this is happening.
Just to sum up, before marriage and after marriage, in your mentality and chess wise, career wise, have things changed for you?
So the thing is, mentally things have changed, but it's not necessarily connected to marriage, because last year in November I felt a burnout, because from 21 to 23 I had given everything that I had to this dream of becoming, let's say, a top chess player. And after the end of 2.5 years, I felt a big burnout, and I just didn't have that energy in me to go at the same pace, working like 12 hours, 14 hours a day in, day out, traveling so much, living out of suitcase. And that's when I also made the shift that, okay, now I cannot go at this speed. I'll reduce my playing and training and everything. Coincidentally, it also happened that my marriage got finalized during that phase, and also I got busy with it. But they are two different things, but it happened at the same time.
Thanks a lot, Vidit bhai. Thanks a lot for joining us today and giving us so much insights.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.